Good afternoon, students. Once again, we're going to meet in a grammar lesson entitled the quotation marks and italics. We explained before, guys, semicolon and colon. Also, we explained the comma rules, and we're going to complete what we started before in this chapter with a very important topic, quotation marks and italics. We use quotation marks at the beginning and the end of a direct quotation. This is what, guys? These are quotation marks. We use them to enclose what? To enclose a direct quotation. When the quotation is an entire what? Entire sentence, begin it with a capital letter. Look at the example. Mr. Alex said, you will find the books in the library. Here we have a direct quotation, so we enclosed it with quotation marks or inverted commas. If it is a sentence, we start the sentence capitalized and we put the end mark of the sentence. This sentence is declarative or a statement, so I put that at the end. If it is a question, you're going to put a question mark. If it is exclamatory sentence, you're going to put exclamation mark. If it is imperative sentence, you're going to put dot. But do not forget to put what? To capitalize the first letter, to make it what? Uppercase letter. And do not forget to put inverted what? Inverted commas or quotation marks at the beginning and the quotation marks at the end. So, Mr. Alex said, you will find the books in the library. This is direct quotation, a person's exact words that has been put between inverted commas. Number 2, according to Michael Kretchen, books aren't written, they're printed. Here we have also what, guys? A person's exact words, quotation what, or direct what? Direct quotation. They must be put between quotation marks. If you have only a word or a phrase that is quoted between quotation marks, a word or a phrase, this means that it is not a sentence. It doesn't express a complete thought, so don't capitalize the beginning of it. Like this, Thomas Edison described genius as 1% inspiration, 99% perspiration. Okay, this is a phrase, so you shouldn't what? You shouldn't capitalize it inside the quotation marks. When a quotation is made up of more than one sentence, place quotation marks only at the beginning and at the end of the entire quotation. If you have inside the quotation marks more than one sentence have been said by one person, so don't separate the sentences. Okay, using what? Using quotation marks, and you put all the sentences that have been said by the same person in one what? Between what, guys? Between quotation marks. One at the beginning and one at the end of the entire quotation. One at the beginning and one at the end of the entire quotation. Like this sentence. Kathy explained, people often misspell my name. They insist on using a K instead of a C. Here, we have two sentences. Don't put this sentence, people often misspell my name, between quotation marks, inverted commas, one at the beginning and one at the end. No. You have two sentences said by the same person. Put all of them, okay, with the whole quotation or the entire quotation that has been said by the same person between what? Between inverted commas. One at the beginning and one at the end of the entire quotation. Kathy explained, people often misspell my name. They insist on using a K instead of a C. Use quotation marks to include the title of short works such as poems, short stories, articles, book chapters, and episodes of TV programs. Here we have what, guys? We have titles of short works. Poem, Fire on Ice. This is a poem. Put it between quotation marks. The beginning, it's a title of a short story. Put it between quotation marks. Clouds may be the name of an article. Put it between what? Between quotation marks. But do not forget, you must be careful of this note. Do not use quotation marks to set off an indirect quotation. What is an indirect quotation? This is a direct quotation. Dennis asked, where is my CD case? We have here a direct quotation. We put it between inverted commas or quotation marks, one at the beginning and one at the end, and it is and in a regular sentence. So I started it capitalized and I put what at the end? Question mark. I think it's clear. But if you change it into indirect this way, Dennis asked it where his CD case was. Here we have what, guys? A restatement of what Dennis asked. So this is an indirect quotation. Don't use inverted commas. Don't use quotation inverted commas or quotation marks. I think it's clear. Let's go, guys, to italics. What are italics? Italics are printed letters that lean to the right. Look at the word italic. Lean to the right. Lean to what? Lean to the right. It is not written upright like the other letters. It is not written upright like the other letters. So use italics for the titles of longer works such as books, magazines, newspapers, plays, movies, and TV or radio series. You must be careful. If you are writing by hand, you won't be able to make a leaning letter like the computer, like the typewriter. So, what did he ask us to do? To underline it, to indicate what? To indicate italics. If you're writing, for example, an essay, okay, an essay to me, and you wanted to what? To write a word in italics. You won't be able to use use your handwriting to make what? An italic, or to make the word italicized. Underline it, and I'll understand. But if you are using the computer, like this, like this, like this, you can make it what? You can make it italicized with the help of the tools in the computer. So guys, when you are writing or typing, indicate italics by underlining. If you are writing using your hand. But if your compositions were printed like this, okay, the typesetter would set the underlined words in italics. Okay, so we make what, guys? We make books, the names of longer works like books, like magazines, like newspaper, plays, movies, italicized, like this one. Italicized means, okay, the word or the title is not written upright. It's leaning. It's what? Leaning, like what you see now. It's leaning. This is not upright. Also use italics for the names of works of art, ships, planes, trains, spacecraft, as well as what? Words, letters, and the numbers referred to, such as the Mona Lisa. Mona Lisa is a name of a painting. Air Force One, it's a name of a plane. Titanic, it's a name of a ship. So if you have the name of works of art, ships, planes, trains, okay, spacecrafts, make them italicized. If you have also words or letters and numbers referred to, like the example down here, what is the difference between affect and effect? He's referring to two words here, affect and effect. So you must what? If you are writing them using your hand, you can underline them. But if you are typing or using the computer, by the way, you can make them italicized with the tools that are on the top column of the page in what? In, as we can say, Word Office. In Word what? Word Office. Now let's go, guys. Here, let's see, guys. Correct the errors in the use of quotation marks, in the use of quotations, the use of quotation marks and italics. Now let's modify it in the use of quotation marks and what? And italics. Let's see. Number one, correct the errors in the use of quotation marks and italics. Number one, I have always liked the folk tale, The Emperor's News Clause. Here we have what, guys? A name of a tale. And we see that we put the name of, as we can say, a tale or a short story between what, guys? A tale or a short story, or what else? Or a poem, or what else? Can you tell me? Or an article between what, guys? Between inverted commas. So the answer is I have always liked the folk tale. The emperors knows what? The emperors knew clothes. The emperor knew what? Knew cloth. Is it clear? I think it's clear. Let's go, guys, to another thing. Number 2. The short story Charles has a surprising ending. Who can tell me? I hear someone answering. Yes, here we have the name of a short story. It must be put between quotation marks or inverted commas. Look here. That's really good. Go to number 3. My teacher asked, what does dilapidated mean? Here we have a word that has been referred to, dilapidated. Also we have a direct quotation. So we put the direct quotation between inverted commas or quotation marks. So my teacher asked, comma, inverted commas like this. And we have a question inside what? Inside the quotation marks. It must be capitalized. And you are also what? Referring to the word dilapidated. So it must be what? It must be written italicized. If you are using your hand, you will underline it. After that, you put what? The question mark and you close the quotation marks. Thank you, guys. I hope you find the videos enjoyable. If there is any problem, you can contact me on my email or you can call me on my mobile phone. You're going to make your homework will be page. Just wait, I'm gonna tell you now. Your homework will be page, I think, page 280. Page 280. This is your homework. Thank you. I'm going to upload the answer key for you guys on WhatsApp group after 2 days.